It's 7:30 in the morning and these cleaners are everywhere in the complex. Just to show you guys, every single car park in China that was built after the year 2000 have these doors. These are all makeshift shelters with biofilters, electricity and storage for food and provisions and water supply in case of there's a war. Take it how you wish. This is all underground car parks are the same. Everyone has e-bikes here. As I said before, there's no registration, no insurance, but that's because this is a small town. If you were in the city, you require a registration for plates. This also belongs to my parents, but it's been sat around for 3 years. And, excuse me, and the brakes are seized up. We're going for breakfast, and now Trinity just taking the carts off charge. Very convenient because you can get around traffic and you can park anywhere you like. The charging cost of these are starting at about 4 pence a kilowatt, going up to about 13 pence a kilowatt, depending on the size of your battery and the size of your motor and various things that I don't understand. But that ranges is the price. It's slightly more expensive purely because it's run by the managing agent. If you had a charger by yourself, I believe it's 6 pence a kilowatt for your EV car, and 3 pence a kilowatt if you charge it between the hours of midnight and 8 o'clock. Which is here. If we did own that parking bay, they are able to put a post charger in at the back. Now I believe if you buy an EV car, any EV car in China, including Teslas, they do fit a charger in to your parking bay free of charge if you're 30 meters or less to the power supply. If it's more than 30 meters, you get charged £4 per meter for the extension. I believe this is a private parking bay and he has his own charger. And talking of cars, Teslas are still the second best selling EVs in China. It's only in the last 5 years they started pimping up their cars as the youth gets more, let's say the parents are richer and they can afford to. This is a nice little touch with these red bits. This is a Model 3. In China, they start at around £23,000, I believe. That's the basic model. Nobody really buys the performance model because Chinese people don't really like speed. They only need a bit of power to overtake in the on the motorway. Like father, like son. My father likes to bling up the cart, which I think is quite cool, but some viewers might think it's tacky. And it has a reverse warning. This is the same reverse warning on most vehicles, even commercial vans. It's warning you, saying that the car is reversing, please be careful. This has a range of around 60 kilometers after a full charge. Excuse me. Hello, I think you left me behind.
are you going?
Alright, Gulf. Where to? Don't go south of the river.
Okay, come on.
This is a typical breakfast place. Dim sum. And pasta. This is the most common breakfast for the whole of China. They make this kind of pasta, whatever you like in it. Egg or vegetarian or pork or whatever have you. It costs 50 cents. The dim sum costs around £1.50 per basket. And Trinity loves these eggs, which is made from tea. It's boiled in tea, so it has a very strong aroma to it. These are fried dough sticks, which is also very popular. Today's Trinity's hungry. Normally we just get one pasta each and an egg, but she's got a congee, which is a rice porridge and some fried mee fan, which the little one loves. This is the boiled egg in the tea. That's why it gives the color. It's a special type of tea. I have no idea the name of the tea, but this is another common type of boiled egg in China. Trinity loves that stuff. It's now 7:45. We're trying to beat the crowd, get to the beach before it gets too sunny and too crowded. Another EV car just pulled up. This brand is called Trumchi. Anything with a green plate on shows it's EV. I think this guy just bought his car because he keeps turning around to look at it and play with it, just like me. This retails, I believe, at around 18,000 pounds. Has a range of around 450 kilometers to a charge. Back to the Audi. The Audi used to have a higher status than the Mercedes in China. Oh, that's actually a new car. You can tell a new car because they still have the red ribbon on the mirror. It brings you luck for safe travel. You keep it on as long as you like, really. The Audis have, oh, this is another one, BYD Han. This is the luxury model of the BYD. For those of you that always bang on about how the Chinese are persecuting the Muslims and killing them all and genocide and all this rubbish, this is one of the most popular restaurants in town. Notice the writing on the bottom left. This is owned by a Xinjiang family. They're very famous for their barbecues. We'll try to come to one later. It's absolutely delicious. I'm just slipping in 3 clips I took the other night. The myth of Xinjiang Muslims, okay? This belongs to Xinjiang family, and we're in the tourist area.
Xinjiang.
Xinjiang people are very, very famous for their barbecue. For those of you that didn't know, the woman was speaking her local Xinjiang dialect to her husband and then replied to my wife in Mandarin. So there is no persecution of their language and their people. It's all BS. I know this is only one example, but there's actually more Muslim mosques in China than there are in America. The BYD. This is very, very popular with the equivalent of Uber drivers here. When Uber first came into China, Alibaba, Jack Ma, bought them out straight away. So now it's called Didi. These are actually retail around 14,000 pounds. And it has a range of 500 miles, 500 kilometers. Very, very popular. Roundabouts in China means nothing really. There's no give way to the right. And you just go when there's a space. This yellow scooter in front of us is the company I was talking about, called Meituan, sorry. They're actually the biggest delivery company in China. They don't just do delivery, they have an app. They have an app that you can book hotels on, and food packages you can get in restaurants and what have you. See these guys just walking down the middle of the road. It's just the way it is. I found it very difficult in the beginning to accept all this. But again, when in China, do in China. That's a Cadillac SUV that's just passed us. I'm not familiar with American cars and I'm not really interested in them, so I won't be doing any vlogs on them at all unless I come across a Corvette C8, which is a different model. Oh my god, they do these speed bump things. Here we go, speed bump things, because we're right next to Clara's nursery, which is this building, this complex here. Oh, they've actually taken some away. It was even worse before, but it's good because it's a school. This is a Clara's County Garden Silver Beach Kindergarten, and it's right next to the two prominent hotels here. The beauty about electric cars is, as I say, well, this isn't a car, this is an electric cart that you can go anywhere you like. And then you don't have to pay for parking. They always leave a little gap here for everyone to drive into. Another thing that's been really popular lately in China in the last 3-4 years are these camper vans. I'm going to split up the two vlogs I've done today rather than put them all into one. It's a little bit long, and I've been told that my voice puts everyone to sleep. So feel free to watch them together. Otherwise, try not to fall asleep listening to my voice. This EV bike actually comes from Huizhou, which is a bigger city in this province, and is required that license I was talking about. It's 8:45 in the morning, and we're trying to beat the crowd and before the sun gets too hot for the little one. Warm enough to have a little dip in the water. I'm going to split up the two vlogs I did this morning rather than combine them into one, because I've been told my voice puts everyone to sleep. So you can watch it at your leisure with two separate vlogs. This is another dislike about China. I will be posting them together. People are very selfish. Feel free to watch them together, and thank you. The awareness of their litter. Fortunately, it shouldn't be, but the council pays a few of these guys every morning to sweep up the beach, but it shouldn't be, because these are plastic bottles and plastic bags. Unfortunately, it's going to take a generation for the education of all this litter problem at the beach. The young guys, I'm talking about the people that are probably 30 years or younger, are aware of this and they don't do this. This is generally the older generation. This is very, very poor. I hate looking at this. I love the ocean. And they're not aware of the damage they cause to the environment with all this rubbish that they leave behind, because they take it for granted that these guys clean up every morning behind them.